Many thanks for joining us on tonight's edition of Sunday Delight, which is the first in the month of May. Health services at the Basic Health Center Iworo Ado-Ekiti has received the boost following the remodeling and provision of equipment at the facility by the Nigerian Army. Two lovebirds, Toluwa and Bisola, have called people from far and near to rejoice with them as they commence their marital journey. Sit back for details of the ceremony, which was a blend of class and glamour. We will also bring to your viewing pleasure the funeral of Madam Elizabeth Aino-Ajayi at Ado-Ekiti, as well as the final fidal prayers of Alhaji Gani Bankole held at Ado-Ekiti. These and more have been packaged to spice up your Sunday evening. I am Tayo Offshore. Welcome. Christians have been challenged to always seek the intervention of God in all their activities through consistent prayers. This forms part of messages of sermons in some churches in Ado-Ekiti. The reports. Christians converged on their worship centers to appreciate God for the first Sunday in the month of May. At Christ Foundation Evangelical Assembly at Ado-Ekiti, Pastor Olabode, who made reference to the biblical story of a woman who consistently asked a judge to avenge her of her enemies, said Christians must be persistent in the place of prayers and not be discouraged by situations around them.
Men ought to pray without ceasing. We should not be discouraged by whatever we are seeing. We should not be discouraged by the circumstances of things that we can see, but we ought to develop our faith.
At Christ Fire and Miracle Ministry at Ado-Ekiti, Pastor Betty Oseremi, who described God as a loving Father, said every good and perfect gift comes from God. And the need for Christians to always thank God for all His blessings, even as they continue to pray for more of His divine intervention in every area of their lives. At Christ Calling Evangelical Ministry at Ado-Ekiti, Prophet Joseph Adebayo, whose message also centered on Thanksgiving, said Christians must always thank God for all the good gifts He has given to them. The cleric, who encouraged believers not to be discouraged by the situations around them, said Thanksgiving is a multiplier.
There must be a space for us to give thanks unto the Lord for good thing that He's doing on ourselves, on our woman and our children, on everything that we lay our hand upon that's going good. We must have the heart to say, Lord, I thank you.
There are prayers for the state and the nation during the services. President Bola Tinubu is expected to meet with the leadership of Nigeria's power generating companies as part of an emergency effort to address the 4 trillion naira debt threatening to cripple the country's electricity supply chain. The move follows a high-level meeting between the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, and Chairman of GENCOs in Abuja, amid mounting fears of a possible collapse of the national grid due to liquidity constraints in the sector. A statement by the Minister's Special Advisor on Strategic Communications and Media Relations, Bola G. Tunji, said the federal government had resolved to settle a substantial portion of the debt immediately, while the rest would be cleared through financial instruments such as promissory notes within the next 6 months. He said this would be proposed in a meeting being planned between President Bola Tinubu and GENCO's leadership. The statement emphasized the federal government's determination to prevent a collapse of the power sector, describing the situation as a national emergency. And on sports update, Ikorodu City and Rangers reached semi-finals in President's Federation Cup competition. Plus, Premier League set to dominate Europe with new record as 6 teams will qualify for Champions League. These and more from the world of sports with Ado-Ekiti Ojegba.
Ado-Ekiti City, the Lagos-based Nigeria Premier League side edged out Wiki Tourists 1-0 in Abuja despite being reduced to 10 men. The victory is a historic moment for Ikorodu City, who are reaching the Final Four for the first time since their formation. Enugu Rangers, one of the competition's most talked about clubs, also progressed with a narrow 1-0 win over Plateau United. Ado-Ekiti Football Club continues its fairy tale run as Ikorodu City and Enugu Rangers reached semi-finals, while Kwara United came from behind twice to overcome 2017 champions Akwa United. However, there were more dramas in the final quarterfinals fixture, where Nigeria's National League side Ado-Ekiti stunned NPFL outfit Nasarawa United. The underdogs held their own in a 1-1 draw during relegation time and completed the upset with a 5-4 win on penalties, sending shockwaves through the competitions. Ado-Ekiti Football Club comes on the heels of their shock 2-0 victory over two-time CAF Champions League winners Enyimba Football Club in the round of 16. With the quarterfinals wrapped up, attention now turns to the semi-finals showdown set to take place in 2 weeks. The President's Federation Cup is Nigeria's Premier League knockout football tournament featuring 74 teams from across 36 states and the FCT. Here is how things stand after match 35. Still on sports, the Premier League could see 6 teams qualified for next season's Champions League, a rare scenario driven by strong European performance. Arsenal's victory over Real Madrid earlier this season guaranteed England's one of UEFA's 2 European performance spots. Spain claimed the second, meaning both leagues will send 5 teams. A 6th could emerge if an English club side wins the Europa League without already qualifying via their league finish. Manchester United and Tottenham are favourites for that 6 spots. Both have semi-final leagues and could meet in the final. If either wins and finish outside the top 5, they still earn a Champions League place. That's it on sports. Ado-Ekiti Ujegba, NTA News.
Sunday Delight continues after this break. Do stay with us. Many thanks for staying tuned. The remodeled and upgraded Basic Health Center Iworo Ado-Ekiti, which is part of the Chief of Army Staff Special Intervention Civic Project Scheme, has been inaugurated and handed over to the community. The remodeled project, which was executed by a son of the town, Major General Oladile Arogundade, Commandant, Nigerian Army School of Electrical and Mechanical Engineering, was rehabilitated while modern facilities were provided. Ado-Ekiti Ogunshakin was there and our reports.
Nigerian Army is noted for fighting war, protecting the nation against internal and external aggression, and also maintain national peace and cohesion. This mode of operation of the personnel of the Nigerian Army, no doubt, had for over the years created an impression of fear in the minds of many, thereby causing some disconnection between the military and ordinary masses. However, in recent years, this narrative has changed due to the civil-military intervention initiative of the Chief of Army Staff, of which the inauguration of this fully rehabilitated Health Center is another testimony. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, represented by Major General Obina Onubogo, the General Officer Commanding GOC of the 2nd Division Nigerian Army, said aside the means of honoring 7 generals in their native homes, it is part of the non-kinetic line of operation and measures of Nigerian Army to cement civil-military relationship towards collective fights against the nation's insecurity. The Chief of Army Staff urged the beneficiaries to judiciously utilize the facilities.
We try to reach out to the people through non-kinetic operations to ensure that we can provide to the needs and support the government in what it's doing. Nigerian Army over time, over the last 12 years or thereabout, has constantly provided boreholes, ICT facilities, hospitals, roads, and various other projects across the 6 geopolitical zones. So this is just one of them.
The remodeling of the Health Center with modern facilities, as explained, by the project engineer Adeniyi Adeoga and chairman project committee David Oke will improve patient comfort and provide conducive working environment for the health workers for effective service delivery. Monarch of the town, Obanua Omonigbeyin, who was elated about the good tidings brought to the town by one of the illustrious sons, Major General Arogundade emphasized that it will add value to the health care service delivery of the people of the town.
This is wonderful, and it's a divine sign by God Almighty for Omo Kingdom to witness this unique development through our son, Major General Arogundade.
To the initiator, Major General Arogundade, it is a thing of joy for him to add values to the health care service delivery of his people through the renovation of the health center, and appreciated the Nigerian Army for the honor done in.
This is a project that is going to affect the whole community. The children, the teenagers, the young adults, men and women are all going to benefit from this project because the health facility will serve everybody in the community. And as I told them also, that there's need for them to take good care of the facility because it's a project that has cost a lot of money. And I want to express my gratitude to the Chief of Army Staff.
Chairman Ekiti's local government, Olusegun Ojo, is praised delight at the initiative, saying it will complement government efforts. One high point of the event was the inauguration of the remodeled health center by the representative of the Chief of Staff and inspection of the facilities.
Senior ward here, and they have their own toilets.
Today I give glory to Almighty God for what God has done today. I did not have much to say, only to appreciate God, because I know it's not my power, it's not by might.
There was presentation of souvenir and gifts, while cultural group also entertained to the admiration of the gathering. From Ado-Ekiti, Ado-Ekiti, NTA News.
Kudos to the Chief of Army Staff for that thoughtful project. The biblical injunction that a man shall leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they shall become one flesh, came to play as Toluwa of the Popola family of Ado-Ekiti took Bisola of Folaromi family as his life partner. At the engagement ceremony, family members of the couple consented to the marital journey in line with the custom and tradition of the Yoruba people. Ayode Yogunshaki again reports.
The love story between Toluwa and Bisola that started as friendship has now metamorphosed into marriage, as both bid farewell to the league of bachelorhood and spinsterhood. The venue of the engagement ceremony was a true reflection of the mood of the moment, as family members and well-wishers were clad in different beautiful attires to be witness to the beautiful beginning. As the Yoruba tradition demands, the family of the groom, the Popolas, accompanied their son to plug the beautiful flower from the home of the Folaromis. Expectedly, the groom, Toluwa, accompanied by his friends, stormed the venue of the engagement in a grand style, as they joined him to prostrate to the family of the bride to seek their consent to be married to their daughter. This is the moment the gathering was waiting for, as the bride, joined by her friends, danced into the venue of the engagement, where the necessary engagement rites, including payment of dowry and presentation of engagement materials, while the bride picked what she cherished most, the Bible, from the materials brought by her husband's family, while there was also exchange of rings. To the couple, it is a dream come true.
Just happy and I feel good and take the right decision today. I can't keep explaining. All I just want to tell him, every woman I want to choose to be my woman and fall in love.
I feel excited. I feel happy. I feel fulfilled. Yes, very generous. Very, very generous. He has a large heart. He's very, very kind. He's a sweet man.
Parents and family members congratulated them, urging the new couple to let genuine love be their guiding principle, even as they allow God to rule and reign in their own.
We are very happy that today he found someone that he could spend the rest of his life with. So the entire family is very, very happy that today has come to pass. I'm happy also because the groom is a very wonderful person.
I'm very happy. Very, very much happy. Because I don't even expect it. It's my pleasure. I saw this in my presence. So I thank God for this day. I really thank God for the day.
I thank God for today. She should cooperate with her husband. She should not listen to what people say about her husband outside. Whatever happens between them, he should not report to anybody, even me.
This is a day that we've waited for so long. You know, I remember very well that every time we have a family meeting, Tolu is usually the topic of discussion. That Mr. Man, you need to get married. I mean, you're getting old and all of that. So the entire family, as you can see, the entire family is extremely happy, you know, that we're having this today.
Guests were entertained with a lot to eat and drink, while a live band was also on ground to entertain them. The couple cut the wedding cake and also took to the dance floor. From Ado-Ekiti, Ado-Ekiti, NTA News.
Happy married life to Tolua and Bisola. Final fidal prayers for the former chairman of Ekiti State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board, Alhaji Gani Bankole, has been held at his hometown in Ado-Ekiti, with people extolling his good qualities. Adogbeji Ojegba reports that the Chief Imam and President General League of Imam and Alfas, Southwest, Edo and Delta State, Sheikh Jamiu Keoleri, led other Muslim leaders and scholars in the fidal prayers.
Notable leaders from the Muslim community and political associates from across the divide were present to bid farewell to a man they described as unique and unmatched. Notable Muslim scholars delivered thought-provoking lecture which dwelt on mortality and a reminder of the transient nature of life, as well as the need for all to often reflect on their own lives in accordance with Islamic injunction.
My message to Nigeria is to emulate the deeds of deceased Alhaji Bankole. During his time, he was a man of generosity. So he's very, very generous to everyone, and he used to assist the poor and everybody.
Chief Imam have said many things. This man, Alhaji Abdulgani Bankole, he used exceptionary life, and then he have the benefit for everybody. There's no any aspect we know that he should not touch.
Thereafter, family members in show support came out to financially appreciate the faith their father worked so hard to propagate by presenting cash support in the form of thanksgiving. Guests present urged the family to follow the footsteps of their late father.
Like, he was an amazing man. I think I'll miss that to him. And, you know, when we're growing up, because he got married to my auntie, and we're always going to their house. You know, he was friendly, you know, he was accommodating, he loved everyone around him.
He was a great man, very friendly, and the advice he gave to the younger ones, you know, I think those will live forever in us.
Okay, his smile, the way he smiles, his generosity, his kindness, yeah.
The children and relatives said his presence is greatly missed as everyone misses his fatherly love and unannounced visits to their homes despite his busy schedule.
I miss a lot about him. He's a caring father. He's a man that you can call on to when you need him, when you need anyone. He's always there for the children, for anybody. He's a father of nature, and he loves attending to everyone. He loves finding solutions to all problems.
You know, everybody knows that me and my father, we are very close. So, every minute I have missed him, I share everything, almost everything I share with him. He shares almost everything. He shares everything with me. I can't say almost everything, because there's nothing that is secret that some people are hearing today that he has not told.
Oh, he's a wonderful father. Personally, he's a man. He's the one that trained me in school. I've been living with him at the age of about, let's say, 8 years. He's a kind man, very marvelous. In short, he's a man everybody will be happy to have as a father.
But what I would just say about my dad is he's a very nice person, and he likes to play with me so much.
Alhaji Gamiu Atanda Bankole served in the Nigerian police for many years, a sales expert and also a teacher by profession. Before joining the murky waters of politics, served as a supervisory councillor for health in his local government council. He also held various political party positions from the grassroots level from where he...
And still on funeral, service to God and humanity has been emphasized as the true measure of a fulfilled life. This formed the central message at the final burial ceremony of Madam Elizabeth Aino Ajayi, held at the African Church, St. James's Parish, Ado-Ekiti. Chidera Cosmas reports.
People from various places converged on the African Church St. James Parish, Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, to bid farewell to late Madam Elizabeth Aino Ajayi. During the service, Bishop Adebayo Ologun described the deceased as a peaceful, generous and kind woman while alive, urging the congregation to emulate her virtues. The bishop reminded the congregation of the certainty of death and encouraged them to use their time wisely, while advising her children to remain united and uphold the values she instilled in them. There were special renditions from choir while the children were joined in a special thanksgiving. At the graveside, the children could not hold back tears, seeing their loved one being lowered. The children said their mother felt fulfilled before her passing. Having witnessed all her children grow and succeed, they also reflected on the values and lessons she instilled in them.
My mother is very good, very generous, good to the neighbor, good to everybody. He never fights, he's never be a great in our life.
My mother taught me how to be patient, though I'm not, but how to be patient, then that family first. She was keep on preaching peace among the children, that doesn't want to die and all of us scatter.
The love and the caring that used to give to me. My mother is a kind of a person that is very, is very lovely. We love everybody around her.
She was quite a humble person, very humble. That's something like I will definitely entail from her.
At the reception, guests were treated to various delicacies as the live band was on the ground to entertain them. Late late Madam Elizabeth Aino Ajayi was born in 1948 to the family of Pa David Ojo Ogunleye at Ado-Ekiti. She began her primary education in 1956 and later attended Modern Secondary School, Ado-Ekiti, but had to stop following her father's death in 1963. With a strong interest in sewing and knitting, she became a professional tailor, a trade she practiced until her passing. She is survived by her husband, children and grandchildren. In Ado-Ekiti, Chidera Cosmas, NTA News.
May the souls of the departed rest in peace. And this is where we're doing the curtain of tonight's edition of Sunday Delight. Join us next week for another edition. Good night.